Hello my fellow gamers and welcome to what is the last round for Group A in this YouTubers tournament. After this video we will know the 4 people that are going through to the next round, the knockout. And I don't think Shadow's in there, I'm just saying. But yes, so in this round we've got BlackIron is taking on Zardar, we have Shadow taking on Turin, that's not looking good, and Ragnarok faces TzuDevil, and of course Janet on occasion has already done his 6 games, so he is done. I'm pretty sure he's through as well, but we'll find out at the end of this episode. Exciting stuff. And of course later, hopefully today, we'll have the final of Group B, so by the end of today we should know the top 8 players that have made it out of these 14. If I can do maths right, is that right? Yes, that's right. Right done, Shadow. Out of these 14 players, the top 8 who will be going into the knockout and go to the all that, which I'll explain in another video what the next stage is going to be. Moving on, we're going to quickly cover the map now that all 3 battles will be played on, and then we'll look into the first round. Our forces deploying on the east and west side of this map. This will be the final map for the final round of the group stages, and we haven't picked the prettiest one because we encourage our players to play dirty when possible. So this is going to get really messy really quickly. So as you can see, going on from the west side to the east side, you've got this road, which is only the real solid piece of ground you've got, open ground. The south side of the map is all swamps and little islands and open, so great for ranged units, great for hit and run tactics. Then you pan over to the north side of the map, where it is just all trees and woodland and hills, which would be great for fast movers and outflankers, vanguard, hit and run, as well as melee. Of course, the fact that you've got this open plains in the middle, it's going to be very interesting to see how the players optimize this based on their armies and their builds. I guarantee some good games in this one, and especially for the final round. Remember, our players will be playing to make sure they are in the top 4 of the group stages to make it to the knockout phase. If they lose here, they're out. So let's see how they get on. Right then, so the last game for BlackIron and Zardar would be BlackIron using his Skaven, woo, and Zardar using Chaos, which again, I like Chaos. Technically Skaven, I like Chaos, sort of, maybe. So yeah, this will be a good one. Let's see what they brought. So we'll start with the mighty Skaven, with 3 units of Skaven slave spears right at the front. A good gap between the rest of the army, you know, because you got to have that safety gap. We then have an assassin and Lord Skroke. We then have 1, 2, 3, 4 units of plague monks. We got a lightning cannon. 1, 2, 3 units of 2 units of storm vermin with sword and shield. 1 unit with halberds, and then at the back we've got one. Okay, so we've got 2 units of Skaven slaves with slings, and then mixed in the middle we got Skaven gutter runners with poison for the forces of chaos. Interesting lineup here. We've got Chaos Knights, Chariots, Chaos Morders, Chaos Warriors of Halberds, Chaos Warriors, so 2 units Halberds. This force is led by Archon, the Everchosen. We also have Chaos Morders, Chariots, and some Dragon Ogres just to mix it up. Also, I can see some red in the corner here. Chaos being sneaky. We got 2 units of... Why is there 2 units of Aspiring Champions in the corner? Comments in... do comment below what the whole idea is, because surely you want them there to do the encouraging. I don't know, but we'll get straight into the battle. Now the forces of Chaos are literally outnumbered 3 to 1, and it's going to take 6 minutes for this to be decided. Now there's no real big targets for the lightning cannon, though Chaos Mortar is probably the worst thing you could be aiming at. I would probably be aiming at, say, the Dragon Oak, something like that, but the Skaven are moving forward. Only a bit though, because they don't want to leave the lightning cannons out. The Aspiring Champions are slowly moving down the hill. The faster forces of this Chaos army is now moving around against some... Oh, that was a nice hit there. Nice hit. Getting right along the side is normally the best place to get them. And the main force of Chaos is kind of just holding back, waiting. We do have these forces are now moving forward, but if they're not... Oh, in comes the Plague Monks to bottle them up, and the Skaven Slaves as well. Oh, and here comes the next. So we got a pincher movement going. And we got a unit of Skaven slaves just charging forward. Not quite sure what that's about. Probably just to hold them off a bit. But they could, as you see these ships dropping a bit, not looking good there. They're just swarming over. There you go. The chariots here are wavering, just bogging them down with rats' bodies. It's normally probably the best friend. We also have a lot of slingers and the night runners, gutter runners, apologise, with slings and poison. There you go, but they're going straight down the centre just to hold them off for a bit. While the Skaven deal with the flanks. We do have a Wither being dropped on them a little bit late because now they're not in the combat. They did that when they were in the combat, would have done a lot more damage. Oh, that was a nice hit there. Didn't take them out, but are they going to? Nope. The trees keep them covered. Forces of the Chaos are now moving forward, so we've got Plague Monks, but the Skaven seem to be a bit staggered, but then so do the Chaos, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on. We've got the Aspiring Champions now moving in. But there you go, the Dragon Ogres have had the Leather Corners, or whatever it's called on it, which is causing a lot of problems. Chariot, oh, they've broken. But oh, look at this guy, straight in the middle. That is painful to look at. That is a lot of Skaven getting taken out there. The main line is engaged now. We've got these Plague Monks taking on Chaos Marauders. We then have these Choke Chaos Warriors of Hell button out. Flaming Swords being dropped on them so they can cut through, especially for Plague Monks. Gonna cut through. Got Storm Vermin going in there. We do have the Skaven Slaves. Yes, they are. As you see, the Chaos Knights are trying to get in, and so are these Chaos Marauders. But this group of Skaven should be able to fight them off, especially now that the Knights have broken. Got some Plague Monks over there. Chariots have rallied over here. After that devastating Firestorm that just got dropped, we got the Aspiring Champions are now getting into the mix. The Assassins having a good time here. Taking on people one at a time. That's sort of his speciality. But they are starting to break. But they are Skaven Slaves. But we have the Storm Vermin as well. Assassins pulling back. Where's Archeon? There he is. In the thick of it all, of course. Doing all sorts of damage. Very nice. It's looking, I want to say it's in the balance of Skaven at the moment, surprisingly. I mean, I don't know what these guys are doing. But the Chariots are moving into the back. If they don't hurry up, they're going to get straight into the crew. In comes some Plague Monks to try and defend. But oh, that was bad. That was a bad hit there. And then they're going straight through. And then they're coming around again. Fantastic. So they're taking the lightning cannon out. These Dragon Ogres are actually taking a lot of damage. This Assassin's just picking them off one by one. Aspiring Champions coming to support them. We've got these Storm Vermin are actually beating these Aspiring Champions, which is quite good. In they go. Chariots are causing all sorts of problems for the Slingers. Little Scrope getting involved there. Still got the Slingers and that coming down. What's this being dropped? Ah, another Flaming Sword of Ruin there. But these guys, I mean, these guys are actually, they've got Plague Monks chasing the cavalry. And we've got Saving Slaves. But these guys are nearly finished. There they go. So now all these Plague Monks and Storm Vermin and Slingers can move to the front line. Which is going to cause a lot of problems for Forces of Chaos just as to start winning it. Here, they've finally beat those Chariots back and got rid of them. Yeah, so you got the Dragon Ogres. Oh, taking out the Slingers. We've got Skaven Slaves everywhere as well. Aspiring Champions look like they are being beaten. Assassins not doing so good against those Dragon Ogres. Warp Lightning Cannon getting point blank hits in. Friendly fire or not, that is just brilliant. One of the cannons have been taken out. Oh, here comes the Slingers as well. So in their support, Lord Scroke and some Plague Monks coming into the flank, which is actually starting to cause them to break. But we do have Chaos Warriors are now charging in to try and get rid of that Lightning Claw. But now where they're in the range of Lord Scroke, they're going to start taking damage as well and debuffs. It's not going to look good. Look at that range though, the Gutter Runners. Amazing. And now look, as mentioned, the Marauders have been beaten. So now we've got Storm Vermin and Plague Monks coming into this flank. And they're going to start swarming these Chaos Warriors. And there's not much they can do. The Lightning Cannon is still operational and aiming at the Dragon Ogres now. Yep, getting some good hits there. Got the Chariot mixed in as well. The Assassin's moving on now. Doing Concealment Bombs, so he's hidden from them. That flank's being won by the Forces of the Chaos. But you see these Storm Vermin will beat the Aspiring Champions. And then we'll move into the flank here. In comes the Assassin to deal with that. Oh, Stand Your Ground's just been dropped, which has been Trophy Hats has been dropped on Archon. So that's going to cause some serious problems for him. A lot of debuffs. More abilities being dropped now. There you go. Flaming Sword's been dropped again, but a lot of the units are wavering. So they're just being absolutely swamped. I mean, even the Lightning Cannons are actually beating back these Aspiring Champions. And you've got the Slingers shooting them in the back as well. So Skaven Slaves are giving some more support. But a lot of the units are now breaking. We've only got 30 seconds left of this game. But there was a lot of units that are kind of just sat on the outlines. You know, they might be helpful. Chaos Knights coming in to get a flank charge on the Slingers, but I feel like it's too little too late. Look at these swords raining stones on them, and look, they're even taking on, yep, finishing the Dragon Ogres off. Looks like the forces of Chaos are breaking, even Archaon is now wavering. It looks like that is a victory for the Skaven of the forces of Chaos in this very vital final round of Group A's tournament. Very nice, very nice. Let's go in and see the stats then. So a win for BlackIron there. Well, he did outnumber them 3-1, so, you know. But he's still over half his force remaining. Skroak, they've 9 kills. The Assassin got 14. The Skaven Slaves, between them, got 1 kill. Well done, guys. You got the Plague Monks to 126. Ooh, then you got 18 and 47. The Storm Vermin, 25, 10 and 47. The Skaven Slave Slingers with 13. The Gutter Runners, the Poison, 7 and 4, and the Lightning Cannon with very respectable 42. Then we got Archon, the Ever Chosen, of 124. The Marauders, 21 61. The Aspiring Champions of 38 18. Warriors of Chaos, 146. Chaos Warriors of Halberds, 46 and 32. The Chariots, one only got 3, but the other group got 43. Very nice. Chaos Knights of very respectable 85, and the Dragon Ogres with 64. So that is a win for BlackIron and a loss for JutIron. Unfortunately, we will see at the end of this episode how that affects final positioning. We're now moving on to Shadow and Turin. So the guy who's not yet won a game facing a guy who is led to lose a game. This can only end well. So Shadow is using his Dark Elves and Turin is using the Mighty Lizardmen. Let's go straight to the battle to see what they brought. We shall start with clearly the greatest army, Turin's. So he has brought 2 units of Chameleon Skinks, vanguarding at the front here. We then have some Skink cohorts of Javelins, couple of Source Warriors as the main line with shields, and then a couple of more scouting cohorts of Javelins as 3 units of Source Warriors. We then have the Best of the Dawn with the Solo Engine. We have Kroxgar on his mighty ride there. Does anyone ever take him on anything but that? Probably not. We then have Source Scar Veteran on his little Raptor, and then we got the Best of the Dawn with the fancy Crystal. We also have a Skink Priest of Heavens on his Pterodon. We now move on to the guy who's trying. We've got... Shadow's got to try hard in this one. We have 3 units of Blackguard Crusaders of Handbows, 3 units of Blackguard Crusaders following that up, 2 units of the Executioners, 2 units of Blackguard of Nagaron. We also have Malekith on foot, and on the flank over here we have 2 units of Dark Riders with repeated crossbows. Now you may recognise this, it's a very similar build to what I used in the final against Gobbo. And I thought, since I know these guys quite well, I might as well use them. So we're going to get everything moving forward. Turin is going to move into position here. Oh, I should probably point out, we're about the same in numbers. There's actually 5 difference, so 6.5 minutes. Dark Riders are moving into 2 of them. The first shot from the Solo Engine gets a great shot on them as they come over the hill. And then the Chameleon Skink starts shooting them as well. So these guys are not having a good time. Get first volley here. Yes, that. But the Skinks do have resistance against missile fire, so that's not good. We do have over here, the Dark Riders going to get a volley off. But then they get a volley off, and look how much damage it does. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. So many getting dropped and immediately start wavering. Got the Pterodon, Skink Priest coming in there. Kroxgar is chasing these Dark Riders down. Very good move. Oh, it takes a couple off and starts... They're wavering, so he starts following them up. Now I'm getting in position. Shadow Online Gaming is getting into position where they're going to try and take them on multiple fronts if we can. It's mostly Skinks. What can possibly go wrong? So we've got the main forces moving up. The Dark Riders of Handbows are taking some shots, but for the most part, that's going to do very little against the Skinks. Kroxgar is actually taking these, and they're not breaking. So he turns around and moves back there. The Pterodon's there moving. We do have these Black Dark Riders taking some shots there, trying to get some... On that. We do have a Glare, Malekith taking some damage there, which will take a few of them out. But Shadow needs to be a lot more aggressive. He needs to get in there. Nice chill wind going in. Only catches the back end though. Doesn't do much damage unfortunately, but does slow down that line. Here goes another shot straight into these Black Arc Crusaders. In they come. Going to cause a lot of problems with these guys. Source Wars, I believe, are a little bit better than the Black Arc Crusaders, but the fact that we've got the Executioners and Malekith getting in there. Kroxgar's just having a good time at the back there. He's having a fun time. Oh, that was a nice point-blank shot straight in. And these guys are pretty much wavering. Most of them have been shot at this point. Yep, there you go. They're now broken. Unfortunately, got some flanking forces here. Some of the Dark Crusaders here are taking some pot shots over there. In comes Crocscar. Look at that volley. Very nice bit of damage there. And of course we've got the Blackguard, which probably isn't the best move for Turin to get into, so he immediately gets him out again. He's trying to get mostly the archers. We've got some skinks coming in. The Dark Riders are back in full force and doing volley after volley into this group to try and free up these guys to get where the fighting is most needed. We've got... Oh, there was a couple of double spells there. We had one from the Lizardmen drop down and one from the Malekith get dropped. As you see, these executions are confidently Swords Warriors. And of course, Word of Pain has been dropped on them, which is going to cut them up. These Swords Warriors are doing quite bad. We've got the Skinks charging in, so the Black Ark Crusaders just charged into them as well. Absolutely brilliant. As you see, he is getting these guys to try and attack them, but as he's tied up with them, nice tail whip there. I'm going to pull back and focus on the other units. We can deal with Crocscar there as they're getting shot. Yep, nice volley's got off there. Dark Riders are coming in now, getting some rear charges because I want these guys just to break. But these skink cohorts are going to be a massive pain. But boom, that unit Source Wars had now broken. So we're getting around. There's another Chill Wind going straight down and attacking them. We're trying to take out the Best of the Dawn with the Crystal and the you've got all the Source Wars now. But here comes Crocscar. He ain't having any of that. Murderous Prowess has now activated, and the skinks are now clearing up the back line. Got some Black Guard actually being beaten by them. They will get through eventually, but probably after taking a lot of losses. Malekith is getting picked on by a guy with a giant crystal on his back, so that's not looking good for Malekith. Oh, there he goes. He's just undone the Onslaught and the other thing. Watch it, the Swiftness, so he can get out of that combat and start attacking Malekith directly. Got some Executioners trying to help out there. Scar Veterans getting in the way. This forces of this men have now been broken, so we should be able to start focusing now, getting this back end cleared up. Shadow is also cleared up this side. Got some Dark Riders coming back. So, oh, there goes the Shadow End straight into Malekith's face. That was not pleasant. So these guys should now start being able to circle around and help out. Same as this, as you see, there's now coming into the centre to deal with this. Hopefully, if Shadow can, he will try and push through. There's this strong, solid core he's got here. Numbers are still the same, slightly in Shadow's favour, but these Blackguard are just stood there. Get them in, Shadow. Shadow, move them. Move them, Shadow. Get them in there. Instead of letting them getting shot by blinking skinks of javelins, they're doing so much damage. There goes another volley there. The amount of handbow fire that's been dropped is huge. The Scar Veteran is just taking Malekith on 1-on-1. In comes the Blackguard to take on that. Those guys and the Dark Rider are just going to charge into those skinks, hopefully just to overwhelm them is the plan. Got Word of Pain being dropped on him, which should cause some problems. These guys are finally on the move. But they've lost a lot of guys, and these Black Ark Crusaders will take them out, hopefully. These guys are chasing them before withdrawing. These guys are beating them back. It is getting really messy. And that Chill Wind mixed Crocscar and just hit the Executioners in the face. But then actually he's coming after the handbows because they are a threat to Crocscar. If they can get enough armor piercing shots. And to be fair, Malekith's been dealt with. He's got very little health left, taking a lot of damage. These two are chasing him. This flank's actually been broken by those skink javelins, which is a pain. Blackguard. Once again, just stood there. Shadow, can we move? Can we do something? In comes the Dark Riders to try and deal with them. These guys are trying to... Sorry, these guys. The Executioners and Black Ark Crusaders of handbows are chasing after Crocscar. And the Blackguard have got in there as well, which is brilliant. So that anti-large will be a big bonus against all these characters. We need to take Crocscar out. Just has to happen. Where are the forces here? The forces here are being bogged down by skinks. I'm absolutely amazing the job by just throwing skinks in the way to keep them busy. We only got a minute left. Another Chill Wind gets dropped. They're probably not the best spell that could have been used. Where's Malekith? Malekith is wavering. This is not looking good. We've got the Black Ark Crusaders, the Execution finally coming in. Some handbows taking some shots, but the skinks coming in behind. Got some Black Ark Crusaders over there trying to fight. The Blackguard over there are being beamed by the Swords Wars and the Best Done. And it's not looking good. He's broken. He's broken, and Crocscar can't seem to hit him, apparently. What's... Yet another miss. Can he take him out? Is this... Oh, the tail whip is super effective. Oh, no. Turin's taken out. Shadow's Malekith. And now the rest of the Dark Elves will start photoing. What a... I'm going to say it. That was a proper bitch slap in the face, weren't it? It really was, and now the Dark Elves are all breaking, and that is a win for Turin. Last volley being dropped there. A valiant defeat, but I think it's safe to say Shadow is not in the next round. Being that was his last game. But never mind, it was really good fun. So we got Malekith for 11 kills, the Blackguard Crusaders 13, 34, 16, the Executioners 52, 33, the Blackguard 103 and 87. That group was probably the group that was bogged down the Skinks. You then have the Handbows 28, 28, 94. Then we have the Dark Riders repeated crossbows, both with 20. Now if we go over to Mountain Dew himself, Turin, with Krogsgar, they have 76 killed, the Skink Priest of Heavens of 4, the Sword Scar Veteran of 12, then the Source Warriors, 48, 20 and 57, the Skink Hordes of Javelins. I got to use these guys more because the last few games I've seen them in, they've done amazing. 36, 14, 17, 5. Then the Chameleon Skicks, so that 50 and 55. 22 for the one with the Crystal. And the best of the Dawn with the Solo Engine got 108 kills. So that is a clean sweep for both of these players. Shadow lost every single game and Turin won every single game. But it's not about the winning, it's about the taking part. But Shadow, you don't even take part. Okay, it's the feeling of futile despair, right? But no, absolutely great fun to play in this. We've still got one more battle to go, which will be Ragnarok with Tomb Kings versus TzuDevil and Dark Elves. Let's see what these guys have brought. So, deploying on the same side as my Dark Elves did. Very different army, a lot bigger. But this should be a very good game between these two, 5 minutes long. The Dark Elves slightly outnumber the Tomb Kings, which is pretty good. So let's go over 3 units of Dark Riders. Oh, sorry, 2 units of Dark Riders crossbows, and we have a unit of Code 1 Knights. We then have a very strong front line of Dread Spears. We got Blackguard Crusaders as the second line. On the flanks, we got some Witch Elves, couple units of them. We have Malekith, but this time he's brought a dinosaur that he stole from the last battle and armoured it up. And hidden on the flank over here, we have 2 units of Harpies and a unit of Code 1 Knights. Should be good. Over here, on the Tomb King side, we have a Tomb Scorpion holding this flank. A front line of Skeleton Spearmen, but that's 4 units, yep. And another Tomb Scorpion there. We also have 4 units of the Shabti with Great Bows. So that's going to be quite devastating. We then have 2 Tomb Guards with Halberds. And finally, oh, it's just a Tomb King. I thought it was Cetra, but no, it's just a standard Tomb King on his own pimped out War Sphinx. Yeah, I think that's everything, isn't it? Brilliant. Let's get started. I'm just hyped to see how this battle ends and, of course, finding out who's got through and who hasn't. So both forces, well, no, the Tomb Kings can actually just stand back. The Dark Elves need to get in there. Fast forward units moving quickly. To be fair, if they're just going to target the Dread Spears, that's not that bad, actually. There's a lot of them, and the main units at the back. That's what they should be aiming at, is, say, the Blackguard Crusaders, Malekith, Witch Elves. But he's just taking some units off the Dread Spears. As you see, these units are now moving across here to take on some shots at the Code 1 Knights. Oh no, they're going for the Dark Riders with the crossbows. Got the Harpies over there. Apart from these units, though, there's no range. So things like the Harpies are now going to have a good time. Malekith is now being sniped and took quite a bit of damage from that first hit. The cavalry forces are now moving in, but we do have that Tomb Skin. The Tomb King is now moving in. The Tomb Scorpion as well as defend the flank, as well as one group of Spearmen. We also have, yep, there comes the Tomb Kings are now moving in with their Tomb Scorpion, trying to get the cavalry, but he gets flank charge. Spearmen. There goes a glare of Malekith. Did quite a bit of damage. Actually, that's quite surprising how much damage they did. And of course, now these guys get a good swarm on them. Did those bows just kind of swing, or did I just miss-see that? Anyway, these guys are now shooting I keep saying these guys, I apologise. Dark Riders of the Repeated Crossbows are now shooting at the Great Bows, taking them out. The Tomb King Guard are now moving in against the Dread Spears here. But we do have the Blackguard Crusaders, will cut these, and the Witch Elves are getting into the Tomb Scorpion, which probably isn't a good move. Code 1 Knight as well, cutting them up. In comes the Tomb King, though, to try and reinforce that flank. The Harpies are coming in, but it looks like most of the Tomb King Finn has been surrounded. There you go, we got the Witch Elves and some Dread Spears holding up the Tomb Scorpion. They've been enraged by the Blackguard Crusaders, but enough Witch Elves have got in to make them enraged. Harpies have just dropped down with the Dark Code 1 Knight, take out these Great Bows. Absolutely brilliant. They will just start breaking in a minute. Oh, we do have a Spirit Leech has been dropped on them. But do skeletons have spirits? That's the real question. Seriously, how can you enrage a skeleton? Who knows? But they are doing it here. This Tomb Scorpion has now been enraged and is stuck in this combat, being bogged down by these units. These guys, I don't think are going to do too well. I mean, they're being the storm, but the Tomb Guard are getting it. Murderous Pass is now activated. So now as you can see over here, We've pushed them all the way back. The Dark Elves are pushing them back. Looks like these guys are winning against them, but we do have now the regen being dropped for the Tomb King faction, so they're all getting the regen, or the few guys that would take these Tomb Guards taken out them. These Blackguard Crusaders should probably move forward if they can. Tomb Scorpion is just jumped to the back of these. That is not going to be a pleasant surprise. I love the animation on this model though. And the Tomb King is just taking on these Witch Elves and Dread Spears. Oh, and you got the Cold One Knight over there as well, but he needs to get one hit. Oh, the guys, the third and final one, and the Shabtir has been spawned behind. Those Dread Spears are out of there, I think it's safe to say. Tomb Guard, your Shabtir, Tomb Scorpion, oh, and a Tomb King on us. Yeah, I'll just leave. So this force now is free to do as it pleases, though, as well as these guys. These Dark Riders are now chasing them down. The Harpies as well, chasing the units down to try and get rid of them. Malakith just enjoying this scenery as this group has now won, and it's so that even though they're winning in this centre, the Dark Elves are surrounding them, and it is slightly going in their favour. Okay, it looks like these guys are finally being beaten back. They've all merged. They were over there, but they've all merged there. I just love the way Bow is underground. That's amazing. So the Tomb Scorpion and the Tomb Guard, but they are starting to waver, guys. Look at this. That's going to just fall apart soon, surely. Same as them. And the Harpies are actually taking them out. Oh, and they've been enraged. So now they're going to take a load of debuffs. Malakith is kind of just staying on the outside, you know, keeping safe. Oh, there goes the Code 1 Knights charging in there. The Dark Riders are charging in and giving support. Oh, they're taking them out as well. But they are slowly but surely whittling these forces of Tomb Kings down. Even if they win, well, I could say win this combat, the Shabtir have nearly been wiped out. There's 8 of them, but they're really not help. So there's the Tomb Scorpion. The Tomb King's going to be surrounded in a minute. We do have some Tomb Guard over here, but they're being wiped out. Their force has now been completely wiped out by the Harpies. Well played, guys. Harpies have surprised me in this tournament. Boom, there you go. The Tomb Scorpion and the Tomb Guard that were here have been wiped out. So this whole force is now free. This whole force. All that's left is these guys here. And in comes a nice volley. They're just going to be able to pick out the Tomb King now, doing a huge amount of damage. Even he's starting to wave at this point. There's going to be a lot of problems with this Fear Terror, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. He's out of control now. He can't control his Tomb King. And there's only 20 seconds left. I think it's safe to say, yep, that is a Dark Elf victory. Well played by TzuDevil there. Ragnarok did a very good attempt there, but just ended up being swamped, it looked like. So we got Malakith for 48 kills. The Dread Spears, 21, 0, 50 and 12. Blackguard Crusaders always doing well. Look, 86, 76 and 100. We then have the Witch Elves, 30 and 29, but they were pinning down the side forces and raging them. The Code 1 Knights, 10 and 9. The Dark Riders repeated crossbows, 2 and 1. And the Harpies, yeah, they only got 2 kills each, but they did a lot of chasing down and made them break, which is brilliant. We then have the Tomb King of 75, the Tomb Skeleton Spearmen, 3, 7, 3 and 6. The Tomb Guard of the Halberds, 18 and 40. The Shabtir with Great Bows, 31, 19, 19 and 24. And finally the Tomb Scorpions with 59 and 57. So there we go, guys. That is Group A. Done. Finished. Every battle been played. Let's see what the final table has to say then. So as you see, everyone has now played their 6 games. Turin obviously at the top with his 6 wins. Fantastic. We have Jen on occasion representing his little island in the middle of nowhere. Pretty much a clean sweep. The only loss was against Turin, so I think he can deal with that. 5 wins, 1 loss. Then you have BlackIron Battles, who stormed through with 4 wins and 2 losses. TzuDevil just scraping it in there with that final win, which got him 3 wins, 3 losses, which gets him above Ragnarok and gets him into the group stages. Yeah, looking at that, yeah, of course, that final battle was hugely important. Whoever won between Ragnarok and TzuDevil decided who went in. TzuDevil's through, Ragnarok's out. We then have Jet Art, who unfortunately did lose 5 of his games, but he did win his 1 game, so he still has honour. Shadow Online Gaming, I get the wooden spoon. Absolutely brilliant though. I've really enjoyed this tournament. Of course, I will be covering the quarterfinals, the semi-finals and the final games, but I myself are out of the game, out of the tournament. But it's been absolutely brilliant. I've learnt a lot and I've had some great games. I really have. All my games were really close. I'm happy with that. So, we'll wrap it up there. So, there are your 4 winners, guys. Turin, Gen on Occasion, BlackIron Battles, and TzuDevil will be going through to the next stage. Ragnarok, Jetar, and Shadow Online Gaming are unfortunately out of this tournament for now, but we will definitely see them again soon. And obviously, go check out Group B. They'll be having their final games, and that's going to be a mess as well. So, it's going to be brilliant. And you can see which 4 get through in there, so we know the final 8 winners. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you come for the next one. Do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. My subs have gone through the roof, which is absolutely brilliant to see. And obviously drop that like. Do comment below. I try and reply to all comments as I can. Give feedback. Any thoughts. Really appreciate it. Anyway, wrap it up there. Thank you very much for joining me. And I'll see you guys next time for Group B's final. Till then, take care.